100-yard dash. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, the man. Oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up because they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced.
Well, Coach, the calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Set. 10-2 soft. 6-6. Pull it high.
Come on, QB, come on.
49. Check 49. Check 49. Hey, echo. Lead grip. Lead grip.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Greystone, travel.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Go.
After the sack on first down, Minshew. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Minshew, first and 10. And connecting here with DJ Shark. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Let's go now.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Come on, set. 90 Wolf. Hey, Charlie.
On first and 10, McClain. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down.
Ready, ready.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They come up first and 10 at the 16.
General West, go, go. Ready?
From the gun, McClain. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Josh Allen. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun on 3rd down, McClain. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A 1st down there on a pick at the 25.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hustle. Be grip.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Protein spill.
57. I got you. You're all mine.
Minshew sets to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. Out of the gun is Minshew. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
That's good for another Jacksonville 1st and 10 at the 46.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Hey, exit. Snap.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Got it.
Mike 57. Man out.
Fire.
To throw again on 2nd down. Minshew, that one complete. He finds Shark. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 25-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Let's go now. Moody base.
It's just me and you. It's just me.
Hey, wahoo. Hit it.
Here's Minshew. Going for it all. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, Alpha. Ready?
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Foxtrot. 54. Go. 54. So don't say nothing.
Mike's 54.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Open man is Westbrook, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Again, Minshew looking to throw. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. We're scoreless after 1. On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. McLean, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check my 33. Check my 32.
From the gun, McLean is going to let one fly for Tate. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. Slips past him.
There you go.
Second interception for him now here in his first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
64, weak, 5.
He's crossing. He's checking Craig. Out.
Five.
Now Joe Mixon. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Think he's got some unfinished business after taking that all the way down to the 1?
There's no doubt in his mind that he has unfinished business. How upset would he be, even though he won't show it, if the play call comes in, quarterback, keeper, bootleg, maybe someone else carrying the football. He's done the heavy lifting. Let him take it across the goal line.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. DJ Chark the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Greystone, travel. Go. Hey, echo. Ready.
Now Minshew looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your run.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Gardner Minshew with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have
blitz coming, and down he goes. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Go.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Showing it.
On the run, it's Fournette. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McLean. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey.
Off the play fake. McLean. Open man is Uzama. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on fourth.
Go. 33. Go. Get that ball. Get that ball. Check it up.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. Fourth down now.
A 27-yard attempt.
And Bullock will put this one through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're starting to put some space here. First quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they looked really... And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Dennard. And the return will stop right around the 25. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Off play action. McLean. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Down. 90 Wolf. Hey, Charlie.
Mike, check 33.
Yep.
Defense, let's go.
Hey.
Check Mike 33. Switch. Mike, check 33. 33.
Protein spill.
See what you got.
Fournette, a first down carry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second? And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Leonard Fournette, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bullock good on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability and a a sack resulted.
And he completes it to Westbrook. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak. Check. Smooth. Check 133, check 6-6. Bullet, hot, 2.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Here we go. Check the backer, check the backer.
Snap.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Check line 33, check line 33. Check back, check back. Mark, check back.
To throw on second down. McLean, he completes it to Tate. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Auden Tate, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a first and 10 at the 34. Looking to throw. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll give it to Mixon. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
And, Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They come up in an offset eye. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bin.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Jags grab it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. A lot of teams do that. They have at least.
And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's got room. And he's into the clear. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big run by the big man Fournette. 55 yards.
First down, Bengals.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They run with Howard. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. On 1st and goal, Howard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here, because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
I think it's easy to say mission accomplished on that drive. The goal was to increase the lead. They did exactly that.
Bullock good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
80 weapons.
On 2nd and 7, Minshew to the goal line, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll set up a throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Minshew. This is caught. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Josh Oliver, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. It'll be Minshew again. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but it's still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Throwing on 1st down. McLean, he's airing it out for Williams. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to punt the ball. They've done so with that first run.
Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. He'll look to throw. Looking long for Westbrook. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey, Delta. Check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. Minshew, 1st and 10. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Pull it high. Kill. Hey, Charlie. Mike 54. Mike, go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Finds his tight end Oliver here outright. 17 yards to pick up there.
A gain of 17 yards brings up 2nd down at the Bengals' 23-yard line.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
Okay, double up.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Minshew, and that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try and run here with Barber. And an alley to run. They will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Peyton Barber, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Now a toss coming right side. It's Barber, and he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st down, McClain finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Now Fournette. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
1st down, Cincinnati.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On second down, here's Fournette. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This is fielded at the goal line. Yeah, he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He's back to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Ready. 18 Gator. 6-6 bullet high.
They'll look to throw. That one complete. He finds Sharp. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 48 yards. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And it's caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second.
And that's caught inside the 35. Now the offense going to use the 1st of their timeouts.